Aha! Salutations. Fancy word for hello. I hope I have some people join me. It's always nice when that happens. It says 0. Wow. Lucky me. Is the right time? Oh, and now it says 1. Probably my mum. Hello, mum. I hope everyone who is watching this either in the future or secretly now. Oh, George is here. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I like to see George here. Right. Cool. Let's have a butcher's of what we've got going on today. So, when my laptop, which is coal powered, decides it wants to work properly, it keeps changing the size of the window with my notes on it. So, cool. George G. Right, our group this week. What did we do? We did a full playthrough. Don't stop till you get enough. And I wanted an extra focus on that whole song and combining the separate parts. Life is Beachy level 2 on page 11, 5 to 9, so the last parts of the song, and our id training as usual. Let me know how that's going, George, and help you out if you need. Otherwise, I'll keep rambling on because that's what I'm good at. I keep adjusting my microphone because I'm not so good at that. Rightio. Just going to tune the old banjo up. God, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough was hard, but we managed no way to the speed of the music, which is fine. I'm not expecting everyone to play at super speed straight away. So the main thing is you got there. You don't remember doing the first half. I'm pretty sure. Let me have a look. So this week it was the 8th last week. So let me just double check that for you. 12 o'clock. Da. Yeah, we did that last week. That's in my notes that I sent out. So yeah, I've got it on here. So maybe it slipped your mind. I don't know, but if you got through it and you don't remember doing the first half, then that's amazing. That's really good. The main thing is, as I said, is to get it right before you start trying to play at speed. So let's have a look at that. Don't stop till you get enough. So it's quite challenging because we've got some chords and we've got different individual stuff. So last week, I'm looking at the notes that I sent now. Da-da. Yep. So last week on the 8th. No, last week was this week was the 8th. The week before was the 1st. Sorry. Yes, Hot Sauce is a bit of an easier song. That's fine. But on the 1st, I'm just looking at the notes that I did send out from the website. George Greenwell's group. Don't stop till you get enough bars 1 to 4. But it doesn't matter if you got through it anyway. Then that's great. Okay, that's awesome. So good thing about the YouTube videos is so you can slow them down, and sound slides you can slow down as well. George, let me know. Do you know how to slow down the YouTube videos? And I can tell you how if you need to. If not, we can carry on. Okay, so let's have a look. But I'm really happy that you plowed through, even though it was difficult, and you did good. Life is Beachy 5 to 9 as well. How did that go? How did Life is Beachy go? Hopefully it went good. I think. Awesome. I think where we've been getting confused, Life is Beachy at level 2. I've put bars 5 to 9 in your work for. No, I'm lying. Lying to myself. I'm looking at Monday's notes, but still, I did check it. So I did send on the 1st. So last week I did send it. I think we're all getting a bit confused. It's been one of those days for me, definitely. It's been frantically cleaning my flat, but that's what happens. But we're there anyway. So let me just load up the correct notes. So Kyle has posted, I assume it's Kyle. If you're finding the songs easy, send a video of you playing the song. We can add you to our student spotlight on Facebook. You can send the videos to schools@themusicworks.co. Make sure it has to be .co, not .com or .co.uk or .org or .tv or whatever. It has to be .co, okay? Now, I have said that in a few of the notes that I've sent out. If you're comfortable with some of the songs, then send them through. I know that some of the other ukulele students have been doing quite well with some of the songs. So if you want to send them through, that's awesome. Obviously with parents' permission, which helps. Okay, let me load up the correct notes from this week. As I said, coal-powered laptop takes about 4 hours to load it up, but waiting. Still processing, waiting. Let's just make some noises. I always like making noises. I'm good at that. I don't know if you could tell. So, my guitar, the guitar, ukulele is in tune, mostly. Cool. So now it has loaded. Be quicker if I use the stone tablet, I think. Yeah, sorry, right. Yeah, I know what I'm doing now. I hope. Right. So, yeah, the new song we looked at this week was Life is Beachy Level 2, bars 1 to 4. Let me know how that went, and how you're getting on with the ear training as well. Now, some of the groups this week, we've been looking at reading rhythms, okay? Some have, some haven't. Now, I just want to go over that quickly so we all remember what our notes were. So our whole notes are peppermint tea, our half notes are green tea, and our quarter notes are tea, okay? Or coffee, which is our eighth notes, okay? Now, this is something I'm going to start doing with all the groups. As well as our ear training, we're going to do some reading of our rhythms, okay? Now, this is on page 25 in the book. First groups have been doing exercise 1, right at the top of the page. So we've got a whole note, peppermint tea, 2 half notes, 4 teas, quarter notes, 2 half notes there, okay? So I'm going to play that for you quickly with a different chord. I'm going to play an F chord. So this is exercise 1, page 25. Now, that doesn't sound particularly exciting or interesting, but what I want you to try and do is use the backing track, so track 65, or find a drum loop or a metronome in the vast resources that the internet provides, and make sure you count along with it as well. So the whole note has to last for 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to last for that whole bar, okay? And obviously, we go on from there. Now, let's have butchers at some of the things that some of the other groups are doing, because we have to be fair to everyone. So, now, for some reason, it's opened my email, so I don't want to do that. Right. So, yeah, I'll ask some of the groups to relook at some of their chords. So the F chord that I just did, let's remind ourselves how we play that. So that's middle finger, G2, index finger on E1, and you play all the strings. So that's middle finger on the second fret on the 4th string, index finger, 1st fret on the 2nd string. It's our F chord for the group that was looking at last week. Okay, now, yep, so keep going. So one of our groups as well, we're recapping the C major scale and A natural minor scale, because I find some of us will randomly forget these because we don't use them that often. Now we are going to be using them obviously, but not straight away. But I like to get us a little bit of a head start, which is why we've been looking at them. So let's do A natural minor. I'm going to play it from the book quickly and then we'll talk about it. So this is top of page 9, A natural minor. Okay, so let's remind ourselves of why we'd use A natural minor. What's it sound like? So it's a sad sounding scale. We can write sad sounding songs with it, melodies, harmonies, anything like that. Now move on to C major. Let me just find that quickly. So this is on page 12, C major scale, and is as follows. Okay, let me try that again. Do it properly. I'm playing the wrong thing now. Okay, I'm actually going to play the C major scale properly. I do know what I'm doing, I promise. Wonderful. Okay. I'd love some suggestions from some people, things to talk about maybe. I don't know. Surprise me. Okay, let's have a look at Duke of Uke. One of the groups did that song this week. Let's play through Duke of Uke. I like this one. We're doing the level 2 version. So this is a mixture of half notes and quarter notes as follows. Duke of Uke level 2. Okay, I just ignored the repeat markings there. Otherwise, I'll be here for about 4 million years. Okay. What is a question from George? What is the best way to hold the ukulele when playing an open chord? Now, this is going to be a bit. It looks a bit weird when I'm holding it here because obviously I don't have an electric violin. Don't have an electric ukulele. I have to hold it up to the microphone, so that's why I'm holding it like this. Okay, I'm doing that on purpose. You don't need to do that when you're playing normally. All right, unless you want to. So, best way to hold the ukulele. I use this part of my arm, okay, and I hold it against myself like that. So that gives that, if you use that part of your arm there, it allows you to move your wrist like this to play the chords, okay? Now you can support this end so it doesn't do this. Don't break your ukulele like that. It'll do that if you don't hold it up, okay? You've got to do this. So you can support that end with your hand and play the chords as follows, okay? Or what as we know how to do anyway. So hopefully that answers your question. I think the majority of people, from what I remember, could hold the ukulele fine. So I mean, it's understandable that you want to double check, and I like that you asked. Okay, it's good to double check. Now, what I don't want you to do is start holding it in a way that's gonna prevent you from. Well, it's gonna. Sometimes I've seen it before, and it can happen quite quickly. Is if you hold it incorrectly or you play incorrectly, you can develop some kind of injury. Some people do, some don't. But it's always good to double check. Okay. Now, I would like you all to try and listen to some music. Okay. Now, this is something that's not necessarily ukulele related. This is just being more involved with music. Okay. this kind of ties in a bit with our ear training. So let's say you're driving in a car or you're watching TV or you're watching a film, okay? I want you to think about the music you can hear in the background, because no advert, TV show, film, cartoon, or anything is completely silent apart from voice. This doesn't happen, okay? So listen to the music behind and see what it's doing. Is it a scary scene, and is that music reflecting that? Is it kind of a scary sounding music? Is it a happy scene, and is the music then being happy? Um, try and be a bit more aware of what's happening as well. And when we're playing these songs from the book that we've been learning, also try to think about it a bit more rather than just blindly playing it. Yeah. So I hope that you do quite well with that. It's not too difficult. I don't want you to think, they're using an A minor 9 chord and then they're using a C sharp major 11 flat 4 or whatever. I don't know. Just try and be a bit more aware of it. Think, oh, that sounds like a rock song. Oh, that sounds like a reggae song, because we've got different genres in here. So if you look, for example, under the title of each of the songs in the book, let's say Life is Beachy, because I've just picked it up and it's here, okay? Underneath it says Bossa Nova. I don't know if you can see that. Now, what Bossa Nova is a style of music, okay? Now, you'll see underneath Johnny Ukulele, for example, it says folk, or Duke of Yucca says funk. Now, it's good to be aware of the genre, because I've done that when we were still at school. I would play a certain style on the guitar and ask you to tell me what you thought it was. Now, most people were good at that, but there were some genres that we didn't really know about, like funk, for example. Hardly anyone could guess funk when I played it. So try and listen a bit, be a bit more attentive when you're listening to something. But don't forget to enjoy it, obviously. That's the main thing. If there's any other questions, George, let me know, because I like the questions. Loading up the thingy. Right. Okay, so I think I've covered everything this week that all the ukulele groups have done. So don't stop till you get enough. Life is beachy. All the rhythmic note values, so which is our whole, half, quarter, and eighth notes. Okay. Don't stop till you get enough. Yeah, done all that, and the rest is the ear training, which is slightly different for each group. So hopefully you're doing well with that. How's everyone doing with the ear training? Can I play a Waterboy song on the uke? I'll tell you what I'm going to do, just for you, George. Is there a specific song that you want me to play? Or I can write it down on my note paper. George wants me to play a Waterboy song. So I don't know any at the moment. Fisherman's Blues. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do, just for you, George, is I'm going to learn that song for next week. All right? Okay. I'm going to learn that song for next week, and I'll play it for you. Yeah? On the condition that you do lots of practice and you try your hardest with all the stuff that I send you on Monday. I think that's a fair deal. Okay? Now, Fisherman's Blues, wasn't it? Cool, I'll do that. Oh, you can't hold of the moon. You can't request two. I'm only going to play one. I have lots of other things to do. I've got to get a manicure, a pedicure. I have to have my hair done. Other things to stop me from learning another song. But I'll learn one of those two. Okay, so Fisherman's. I've written Fisherman's Man's. That's not right, is it? Fisherman's Blues or where are we? Whole of the Moon. Okay, I'll have a look at one of them for you. Okay, and see what happens. As I said, I want you to make sure that you do lots of practice and work hard on the stuff that I send you on Monday. Okay. Is there anything else that anyone wants to add? Any abuse anyone wants to hurl at me? Any jokes? I don't know. Any stories? Anything like that? I'll wait another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, in that case, I'll see you all next week. Well, I'll see you all. Okay, I'll see you next week, George. Okay, and hopefully you're all looking after yourselves, being sensible, which I no doubt that you are being sensible, and have fun. See you later on.